Let's hear about this.
This is his newest Nags.
Wow.
Steve's is a Nags player. He's got some signature models. He's got some other guitars that aren't signatures, but this one is another new signature model in a nice cherry burst with a flame top, and it's been kind of his. You'll see this more often on this tour.
Wow.
So he'll use it for 3, 4, 5 tunes. But yeah, all of his Nags single cuts. 2 humbuckers, but a lot of times there'll be different humbuckers.
Sure.
Something in the PAF range, something maybe a little bit hotter than that, but just whatever fits the needs for a specific tune. At that given time.
It's funny when he came out with this signature. I remember being a little surprised because he back in the day he played that LP custom quite a bit, but he also did so much crazy whammy bar stuff.
He did.
That I saw this
yeah.
Where's the whammy bar?
Yeah. Well, if we were looking for a segue, you nailed it.
That is the perfect segue. Okay, good.
Another guitar that's out here for like Rebel Yell.
Yeah. Right.
The whammy bar guitars.
Yeah.
Sustainiac in the neck.
Oh wow.
So he's using that a lot live as well. There'll be about three, maybe 4 songs in any given set with this one. This one, the paint job is obviously patterned after an old guitar that he had, and it's super fun. The stage lights make it go insane.
Yeah.
But this is another format of a Nags that he plays. The ray gun inlay, and so he's got a few different versions of this. But again, 2 humbuckers, sustainiac in the neck. We're pretty much a direct type rig, which I'll show you once we get up there, but so you're not shaking it in front of a 4x12 to get that infinite sustain, which means he can have tons of fun with the actual sustainiac pickup. So,
right.
Yeah.
I was really curious about that. Like on the Top Gun thing, those notes that just hold forever.
Yeah.
Is he using
this one? Yeah. They during Blue Highway they slip into Top Gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a minute. But that is done on this guitar.
Okay. Nailed it.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see some more.
Yeah. This had been a trusty one for a long time. Another Nags single cut Steve Stevens model. Again, low to mid output PAFs. Now this one came in, kind of pushed this one over to different songs where it used to be these songs, now it's that songs.
Yeah.
But just another, hard-working, grinded out Nags, single cut.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one's fun. I just drilled it out side stage a couple of gigs ago for a kill switch, which he uses, on a little bit here and there. But this is another one of those single cuts. Most of them will be bare knuckles pickups. He's got a bare knuckles Rebel Yell pickup, but he also has other bare knuckles that they make specifically for his Nags.
Right.
Single
Real
cut.
PAF-ish kind of vibe.
Yes. The Rebel Yell is louder, and then the other stuff lives more in that space. And I believe it's a unique pickup to Nags, the SS that comes in the single cut, when you buy that from that. This just happens to be one guitar that we've done some drop tunings on it, some other stuff on it. It happens to have Fishman Fluence classic pickups with the the push pulls for different voicing options to have on this one.
And that was your project, right?
I actually am on the R&D team for Fishman Fluence. Yeah, it was something that I went to Larry Fishman. I said, "There's somebody from aerospace has shown me something that's insane." I was like,
"Really?
Yes,
a rocket scientist?"
Yes, literal. Yeah, I was like, if it's cool, are you in? And he goes, "Yeah, let's come talk to me." And so this was many years ago now, and it's turned into a huge market segment.
Wow.
So yeah, single coils, humbuckers, Telecaster, P90s, P90 Classic, Red Cock endorsed, a lot of artist stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's been amazing. That was when I had left Duncan, to go develop this with these guys. So here's one with those. So
were you a little nervous just drilling right into that top for the? At this point, you've done a lot of that.
Yeah. No. More nervous about that sandwich I just made.
And rightfully so. A lot of dodgy food out here.
So then, here's a Godin LGXT.
Oh, cool.
This one happens to have Duncans in it. It's what came stock on the Godin, right?
Yeah.
And this one has a piezo saddles in the bridge. When he uses this for Flesh for Fantasy, I've got 3 signals. One is the Roland synth signal, and one is the acoustic piezo type of sound, and then we have the electric sound that he plugs into his wireless. And so he'll control that with this fader. This stays up. He's got a foot switch for the, or not foot switch, but expression pedal for the for the volume of the synth, and he's running all three.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's super fun.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's he's got a big giant loom that comes from the guitar plus the wireless. But Godin has been a great company to work with. They've got a lot of guitars that have the 13-pin cable integrated into them with the piezo, so that's worked out really well for him. And there's just a great bunch of guys.
And for his whole kind of flamenco thing, that's he's done that on Godin, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. So here's one from Godin in a nice purple, and it's used in the same way. The piezo comes out, as well as the 13-pin for the MIDI.
Yeah.
So when he does his nylon solo, you'll hear him start with synth and then, come in and out of the synth with the fader, and then be doing his, solo on the nylon string.
Well,
which is super fun.
Yeah, really interesting, because that flamenco thing is such a different discipline.
It is.
Than what's been paying, than paying the bills and making him a household name. But God, he's so good at it.
He's so good at it. It's always entertaining. The crowd always goes nuts.
Yeah.
And it's super fun. He's got a lot of, he mixes it up a little bit each night, but it's such a fun, like, I don't say it enough, but like, I'm sitting here side stage. He's in my ears.
Yeah.
I never get tired of hearing him play, in my ears. I never get sick of watching him, doing what he does. And that's not to say that I'm naming names of who I might get tired of, but it's just such a joy to hear him. Like just everything, the way the notes come off his fingers. It's just, it's a blast.
That's great.
But yeah, so then another Godin acoustic, right? So this is Eyes Without a Face.
Right.
So piezo and then synth, and he kind of bounces back and forth in the intro between the piezo and the synth. And does the song on that. But then, as you know, Eyes Without a Face kicks in at some point.
Yeah, it gets angry. Starts sweet.
Yeah, it does.
It gets
and
angry.
That's when this one comes out, which, before you ask, no, I did not painstakingly install all of these crystals. I don't have the name of who did, but God bless them.
Yeah.
This is such a cool guitar. Obviously, under stage lights, it goes insane. It's the stock Gibson pickups that happen to be in it, and they sound
are those
great.
the old?
Whatever era, whenever this was made, that's what was in it.
Oh wow!
And they sound great. They sound great for that, for that song, the aggressive part of that song.
Right.
And it's just.
So how do you do the switch? Do you go out and hand it to him, or is it on a stand?
Yeah, for that one, because it happens fast. So for that one, he comes a little bit over to my side of the stage. Hopefully, they take the spotlight off him. And we do the big handoff. And it's fast. It's lightning. Yep, it's lightning fast.
Yeah.
And the drummer knows to give us a couple of more if we're ever late, but we really never are.
That's great.
Yeah, it goes quick. And that's about it for the guitars that are in this rack.
So Frank, over here, these are like backups?
They are, yeah. There's a Sir Telly style that he'll use for Hot in the City, but mostly this stuff is backup and redundancies to the stuff that's over here.
Yeah.
And then over here, he's got this new Ciari guitar. This is one of the ones that, folds in half, goes in a backpack. It's pretty portable. And this is always like his dressing room guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And so it travels in the wardrobe, and he's able to just kind of whip this out whenever he wants and get some warm-ups in.
Is it a hassle to show how it folds
I don't
down?
think it is. I mean, if you're not in the right spot, the neck can fall down. But basically, you just release it here and you start folding until this thing, locks into the magnet that's down here.
Crazy.
And you're done. I mean, this goes into a backpack and that's it.
Wow.
So
Frank,
super fun.
Neck there. God,
Yeah. That's how the strings have to come around. They've made little notches in there so they all stay in place. And that way, when you go to, put it back up, everything kind of, stays where it needs to be.
That is wild.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah. And then, like every guitar, there's nothing subtle about any of these guitars.
Right.
They're all like a statement.
Everyone means it.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.